I'm Alex. These are 3 new sling bags, and you're watching Out in the Lights. Let's kick things off with the OneGo pocket sling from PGYTech. You're gonna see all the specs right here. So this little sling bag is made for creators. It's made to carry action cameras, your DJI Osmo Pocket 3s, your Action 6s, that kind of stuff are going to fit into this little sling bag really, really well. And this thing is cool. It is unique. It's kind of giving me some like topology vibes here. But yeah, this goes along pretty well with the rest of PGYTech's like sling and small tote bag lineup with these cool little rope on the top, which you'll see immediately. Yeah, that is very, very unique. So you can carry it like this, almost like a clutch, kind of like a purse, to be honest. Or with this top one over top of your shoulder to make it like a sling bag. Yeah, you have a couple options for carry there, and this will detach if you do want to just carry it in that kind of like handheld, almost like purse mode. Just take that off easily like that. We can put that to the side and take a better look at some of the pockets of this bag. So in the front or the back, which it's kind of interchangeable which one is the front and the back, whichever way you want to carry it. But let's look at this pocket first over here with this zipper pocket. And in here, you're gonna have some organization. And it's gonna show you have room for like batteries, for microphones, for tripods, but they break it up really easily into these little pockets. So inside here, if you're a creator and you have all of those accessories, it's really easy to just put these in here and yeah, have them easily accessible with a place specifically for them. And then out here you have just some elastic straps too, if you wanna put anything in those. But yeah, a really nice organized pocket right here. And then on the other side, you have this little flap, magnetic flap opening. And in here, you just have like a big pocket. So big open pocket in this section for whatever you want to carry in there. That would probably fit like your Osmo 3 nicely in there. Also on the front, you have these 2 little slots right here. And this is made for, these are made for these little like gibbets, which you can get from Crocs, but also PGYTech is making their own. So you can just take these out, kind of personalize your carry, which is pretty cool. So you just like slide those in those spots and then you can have, yeah, like your little own kind of unique look to the bag, which is cool. And then besides that, in this middle section right here, this is gonna be a great place for a little tripod that you can carry, and you can slide through here if it's a little longer, put your water bottles in here, anything like that. It's gonna make a really nice spot for that. And to be honest, this bag is pretty nice. I mean, for 45 bucks, it's obviously constructed very, very well. The materials feel really nice. It really just comes down to if you like the style of this. So I know not all of you are going to like the style of this bag, but I think it's, yeah, it's pretty cool. And it's definitely unique for a sling bag. It's cool to see something that's a little different than your typical sling. Next up, we have the Daily Sling Mini from Allett. I believe I'm pronouncing that correctly, but all the specs are gonna be right here. So this daily mini sling is going to be pretty basic, but honestly, I really have been enjoying this little sling bag. First off, I love that blue haze color. Just looks so great. But yeah, let's quickly walk through this little simple but very, very nice sling bag. So in the front here, you're gonna have a nice little pocket here, and that's gonna have that kind of like microfiber material, and that goes like the whole width and length of the bag. So right there, you can easily slide some sunglasses in or anything you might want to protect. Even like a little point and shoot camera you could probably fit in there. Little video game device easily fits in there. But yeah, even like the little accents of this bag, like this little rope is super nice. Also, great YKK zippers on this thing, which is always a huge bonus. Also love their very subtle branding here. You can barely see it without kind of turning the bag and getting in the light. All right, so in addition to that, we have 2 zippers here, so you can access the bag either way, depending on where you're carrying it. So from the left to the right, right to the left, which is really nice. So we open these 2 up, and then you have your big pocket in here. So you have 1 pocket on this side for things, and then here you have 2 of these performance mesh pockets to easily slide some accessories in. And then back here, this is like a padded kind of divider here, and the back does have a little padding on too. So if you do want to fit some kind of like electronic device in here, it's going to be a little more protected. You're also going to have your little key leash here if you want to attach your keys there. And then up top here, there's space for a little pen. They call it the micro pen. So this is also another product from Allett, and this little thing is super cool. Kind of just pop this out, and here you have this tiny little pen. Super cool. So this little thing is going to fit in this slot super nicely. So if you do need a pen for something, or you're traveling and you have your passport, or you're filling out anything while on the go, it's nice to just keep this little pen in here. I really, really, really like that feature. That is super cool. So zipping these up, and as you can see, with the way the strap works on this thing, you do kind of zip these underneath the strap, which can kind of be like a protector. So if you are worried about someone trying to get in that main pocket, it will stop it. But if you do zip all the way to one side like that, you do have to kind of go under it, which is like a little annoying. But what I usually do with this one is just keep my zippers at the top, give it one of these, open it up, and then kind of zip them both back to the middle. It's just easier that way. So yeah, lastly with the strap, some nice hardware here, adjustable strap with this right there. But yeah, pretty simple little strap, little magnetic closure. Yeah, simple everyday carry sling. But yeah, it's a winner. I like this one a lot. And then lastly, we have the Herman H3 sling from NayoSmart. And all those specs are gonna be right here. So as you can see, this is going to be the biggest of our 3 sling bags today, much larger than the other 2 that we just looked at. This one comes in around 6 liters. I'm gonna show you, it can fit a ton of stuff in here. Let's start just by looking at it. You got a little NayoSmart branding on the outside with some of these nice like pleather accents. In here, you're gonna have a little front access, or quick access front pocket, with a little key leash there. Put things like headphones, stuff in there. Maybe some sunglasses would fit in there too, pretty well. You're also gonna have this magnetic pocket. So this opens up, then you're gonna access in here. You also have a couple little slots in here, and then another zipper pocket in here. So this is kind of an interesting look. You're either gonna like this a lot or you're not. I think it's all right. It's not my favorite style, but I do think some people will like this because it is pretty unique. Going to the side, you see some more NayoSmart branding, the NayoSmart on the zipper tabs too. The back here, you can have a little handle because this is a pretty large bag. This is going to be to attach to anything. I guess you could attach this to like a bike. So if you're like riding your bike, you can kind of attach this on and slide it to the frame of your bike. I think that that's probably a pretty good use of that right there. You're gonna have this to adjust your strap. It's a pretty heavy duty strap adjuster there. And then slide this as well to adjust your strap. So two kind of adjust points. And then there you're gonna have, yeah, this so you can go kind of up and down and be a little bit more contoured to your body. And then you're gonna find this very large pocket in here, a couple pockets on the sides, some spots for some pens, little NayoSmart branding on the inside as well. And then this area is going to be a nice large padded spot for an iPad. You can actually fit a full iPad in here. So this is like an iPad along with like a case and everything with the keyboard. You can just put this in. Yeah, that's your standard sized iPad. That thing fits really nicely. So this, I would find a good use case for this is you're going to the coffee shop, you're doing quick things on the iPad, you just want to bring this instead of a backpack. Pretty good use case for that. I do like that it is large enough to just fit that. It looks pretty good. Like the material, the texture of the material feels really nice, different than the other bags. I like it. It kind of feels like a scuba suit or something like that. That's kind of what these NayoSmart bags feel like. Yeah, overall pretty cool. But yeah, let's wrap things up and talk about each of these bags and who they are going to be for. Final thoughts on these 3 sling bags that we just took a look at today, starting with the PGYTech. I like this bag. I do think it is a pretty nicely constructed bag. I like that it is for the creator. It's nice that there are kind of specific slots for your things like batteries or your microphones or your action cameras. It's nicely laid out, but it is kind of, for that specific use case. I couldn't really see anyone buying this unless they are a creator. So for creators, great bag. For others, maybe not as much, but yeah, I do like the rope on this. I think it's very, very unique. And for me, this bag's gonna get around a 7.2 rating, I would give it, just based on the construction, but also based on its kind of limited base of who is going to actually want to purchase this. Like I said, that's gonna be those creators. Next is the Allett, and this bag I really, really like. It's very simple, it is very subtle, but the color is beautiful. The little accents like the zipper pulls are done so well. This bag is just nice. It just feels nice, it looks nice. It has just enough room for like your sunglasses, your wallet, your phone, just your basic kind of everyday carry things. I think it does that really well, and I think this is going to be a really great bag for most people. I think this is a crowd pleaser. So really nice here. This was gonna score a little higher for me. I'm gonna rate this around an 8.3. So that's what we have for the Allett. And lastly, we have our big boy here with the NayoSmart. This one's cool if you are carrying a standard sized iPad or need to be able to do that. This is gonna be a good bag for that. It's great for those quick trips, like over to the coffee shop if you're just working with the iPad. But overall, the look of this, I'm not a huge fan of, to be honest. It doesn't really suit my typical like minimalist look that I kind of usually like for bags. However, I do think this will appeal to quite a few people. The material is neat in a way that is like different. So I kind of think that's kind of neat that they have chosen this kind of like scuba suit material, which is cool. Definitely different than a lot of other brands out there. So I'm giving them points for that for sure. It is nice to see just a company doing something different. I love that they aren't just sticking to the same formula that other brands are. But overall, you know, big slings like this really aren't my thing. So this is gonna score a little bit lower for me. We're gonna give this like a 6.5 for this one. Although this might appeal to some people, so those scores are obviously just personal preference. But yeah, I implore you to do the research, watch the videos, see what you think about each bag before making that purchase. And if you do want to buy anything, be sure to use those affiliate links below because it does help out the channel, but it also helps you out because it's going to give you it's going to give you the best price possible, which is really great. So use those links below, get yourself the best price if you are thinking about purchasing one of these. So then lastly, I just wanted to talk a little bit about what I'm listening to today. And since the holiday season is in full swing, we are listening to holiday music as much as possible right now. And one of those albums that I've been loving is the Christmas album from the band Low. And Low is a Minnesota-based band that has put out albums for the past 30 plus years. They are part of the slowcore genre. They were a great band. Unfortunately, one of the core members of the band did pass away a couple years ago, but Low does have a great breadth of work that you can check out and so many good albums. This one specifically, I really like. I think I first heard of Low from their Christmas album, from the song Just Like Christmas. Embarrassingly enough, it was definitely on the OC Christmaka soundtrack, and pretty sure that's where I heard of Low from, which is kind of funny, but glad that I did get that recommendation from the OC, which, to be honest, you know, did have some really good music on. But yeah, highly suggest checking this out. It's very slow, it's very minimal. Sometimes it's a little bit sad, but it is a beautiful Christmas album. So highly suggest that one this time of year. With that, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.